Hi everyone, it's Carolyn from Mommy Ramblings True Crime Chat, and I'm here to talk about Liam Payne, the One Direction singer. It's been said he had pink cocaine in his system when he fell to his death off a third-story balcony in Argentina. So let's find out a little more about what's going on. So Liam Payne is the former member of the boy band One Direction. He was born in 1993, tragically died after he fell from a third-story balcony in a hotel in Argentina on October 16th. Liam arrived in Argentina with his girlfriend, Kate Cassidy, on October 1st. They were staying at an upscale Airbnb. But Liam needed to renew his visa, and he had to stay longer. The Airbnb contract, was up, so they checked into a hotel. Cassidy flew back to Florida, where they were living, and while he was there, he was also able to attend a performance of one of his boy band members and friends, Niall Horan. It's no secret that Liam struggled with drugs or alcohol. He's made that very public. And the reason he had to renew his visa, and it took him longer, is because he checked a box about that, because he was honest. And they had to give him a physical and a mental evaluation, which he went through, and his visa was set to be renewed that Friday. Unfortunately, he wasn't alive then. Liam died when he fell from the third floor balcony of his hotel room. How did this happen? What were the events leading up to this? I know those are the questions on my mind. I bet they're on yours too. I had to find out as much as I could about this, and in my research I learned that there were 2 911 calls that were placed that essentially said there was an aggressive man who could be under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Liam Payne's name was never mentioned on the calls. That happened literally moments, minutes before his death. Now, when authorities did arrive, they did pronounce Liam dead at the scene. And the security ministry of Buenos Aires said that he had jumped from the balcony of his room. His injuries were described as extremely serious by medics. Now, the following transcripts that I'm going to read to you of the 911 calls were obtained by the BBC. So here we have the call handler saying, "Where's your emergency?" And the caller says nothing. So they say 911 again, "What's your emergency?" And the caller says, "Hello, good afternoon. Look, I'm calling you from the Hotel Casa Sur Palermo, which is located in Costa Rica, 6032. Is that between Kramer and..." Yes, that's correct. It's between Arevalo and Dorrego Street. So we have a guest who is high on drugs and who is trashing the room. So we need to come. So we need someone to come. Understood. So you're telling me he is being aggressive? Sir, can you please repeat the name of the hotel, sir? The line cuts out. A second call is made. 911, where's your emergency? Caller says, "Hello, good day. I just called but got cut off. I'm calling from the Hotel Casa Sur, Palermo, Costa Rica, 6032. What's happening at that location, sir?" "Well, we've got a guest who has had too many drugs and alcohol, and well, when he is conscious, he is trashing the entire room, and we need you to send someone, please. He is under the effect of alcohol and drugs, is he, sir?" "Yes, correct." "You said Costa Rica Street, at which location?" "Costa Rica 6032. That's between Arevalo and Kramer?" "Yes." "You said it's a hotel? What's it called?" "Casa Sur Palermo. And we need you to send someone urgently because, well, I don't know whether his life may be in danger, the guest's life. He is in a room with a balcony, and, well, we're a little afraid that he..." "Since when has there, or is this a long-stay hotel?" "He's been here for 2 or 3 days." "Understood. You wouldn't know any other details because you can't get in, right?" "No." We'll notify medical emergency staff as well. Yes? Yes, that's what I'm asking, for someone to come urgently because, well, we've notified, same. That's the medical emergency. Any other details you can provide? Who are you? Are you in charge? I'm the chief receptionist. In charge at the location? Yes, yes. We've now reported this. What's your name, sir? Esteban. We've reported it. Okay. Thank you for calling. You can free up the line now. Are you sending the police as well or not? The police and the local, wait, give me a second. The local authorities and the same. No, just the same, just the same. Understood, don't worry, we reported it. Yes, perfect, many thanks. You told me the guest is under the influence of drugs and alcohol, and the same doesn't go in alone. The same doesn't go in alone? Okay. No, it's been reported to the police regardless. If the police arrive, you explain. And if they need the same, they call them. Good, okay, perfect. We've made the report. Have a good day, sir. Good, thank you. Same to you. Good, thanks. Same to you. The Argentina National Prosecutor's Office put out a press release that said, per the autopsy, that Liam Payne died of polytrauma, an internal and external bleeding. The death was called doubtful/undetermined by the prosecutor's office, which means that the cause of his death is inconclusive. He had 25 injuries that occurred in the fall, especially ones to his brain and skull that were sufficient enough to cause his death. He suffered from internal and external hemorrhaging, and that was in his skull, chest, abdomen, and limbs that contributed to the mechanism of death, according to the press release. Contrary to previous reports, the prosecutor's office said everything indicates the musician was alone when the fall occurred and that he was going through some kind of a breakdown as the result of substance abuse. He had no defensive wounds on his hands, which led forensic experts to believe that all the injuries he sustained occurred during the fall. His position on impact showed that he didn't even try to protect himself, which could indicate that he was in a state of semi or total unconsciousness when he fell. There are some toxicology reports that say Liam had multiple substances in his system when he fell, including pink cocaine, which is a drug mix of methamphetamine, ketamine, MDMA, and others, as well as cocaine, benzodiazepines, and crack. There was an aluminum pipe that had been modified to be used with drugs found in his room, and that's according to sources in Buenos Aires. Prosecutor's office has said the investigation is ongoing and they are determining the possible involvement of third parties in the events leading up to Liam's death. Polytrauma means that there are multiple injuries occurring at one time, can mean multiple organs are involved or systems. Polytrauma usually happens in vehicle crashes, motorcycle crashes, homicides, and some suicides. Hotel workers called authorities for help and asked them to send someone with urgence due to the guest that they said was drunk or on drugs or alcohol. They said they didn't know if the guest's life was in danger, but that he was in a room with a balcony and they were afraid something drastic could happen. But it's recently come out that a hotel employee may have been the source of the drugs that were in Liam Payne's system. There is a source in the Argentina's National Criminal and Correctional Prosecutor's Office that said an indictment could be coming for that employee. And another source that said the drugs were known as cristal and can cause psychotic attacks, hallucinations, and aggressive behavior. In a strange twist, it has come out that Liam's ex-girlfriend, Maya Henry, just published a book in April, a fictional book called Looking Forward. And the author said the book was inspired by true events. In one part of the book, the protagonist's boyfriend threatens to kill himself by jumping off the balcony during a drug-fueled mental breakdown. In her book, Maya's characters are eerily familiar to her life with Liam. Her main character, Mallory, is a model who is in love with a guy named Oliver, who's a member of a boy band called 5 Forward. Near the end of the book, Mallory goes back to the London apartment they shared, and she finds Oliver in the throes of a drug-fueled mental break. He is described as crying, slapping himself, screaming, telling Mallory that he's going to jump off the balcony to end his life. Contrary to the tragic end of Liam's life, Mallory is able to coax the character back into the apartment. He is still in a tremendous rage at this point, is smashing things, even swinging an axe before he finally passes out. In the end, Mallory leaves Oliver, so the end is not the same, but very strange, and if this is something that occurred, it's just very strange. You can take it for what it is. And that's what I have for you on this. I, of course, will be following this. If there's any other new developments, I will be around. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.